What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Atrium Show. Today we're looking at the last of our new LEGO Harry Potter sets, the Ministry of Magic, set 76403 with 990 pieces that retails for $99.99. So this is a pretty cool set, giving us the Ministry of Magic Atrium that we see, of course, in the movie, the Ministry of Magic. Like, this is the biggest part that we see of it, and a lot of this stuff is featured in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 movie. So it's awesome to finally get stuff from Book 7. That's, of course, one of my favorites, so getting stuff from it is awesome. So getting this Ministry of Magic stuff is really cool. So we get 9 characters in total. You can see them all down here in the bottom. So 9 minifigs, as well as some additional stuff for Harry, Ron, and Hermione, giving them their polyjuice looks, and then all sorts of other cool stuff featured in the set. And if we go ahead and flip it around to the back, we can see more of the features of the Ministry. And of course, it is all modular, so you can shorten it down a little bit, but I'm just going to go with the build it had on the front, where it's the 3 tall pieces and all sorts of different rooms featured throughout. So it's awesome to have all this different stuff featured from the Ministry, as well as stuff from the specific scene in the movie. So this set is really cool to me, and I like it a lot. So let's go and look at the set. It is difficult with just how it's designed, that I'll go over, but let's go and look at the set, starting with the minifigs. So here are our 9 minifigures that all look really cool. So of course we have it, like I said, it's based off the scenes from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 movie. So we have our trio all in their polyjuice potion disguises. So first off, we'll start here with Harry Potter as Albert Runcorn, and he looks good here. So of course this way doesn't look anything like Harry Potter. He's just got this slick black hair. He is an older guy, so he has wrinkles on his face. He has some stubble, all black like Wizard Road trench coat with a black suit underneath. So he's got black pants, a black vest, and a white shirt with gray stripes and a red tie there. And then of course Harry Potter's wand, since it is him. And if we flip around to the back there, we have Harry Potter's face. So there's him, and they come with the additional hair pieces. So there we can have that. So as he's transforming back to Harry, there we have that look. But I like having them just as our characters, because we have plenty of Harry, Ron, and Hermione's. So having him as Albert Runcorn is what I'm going to keep him as. So it's really cool to have these featured. And similar, we have Hermione as Mafalda Hopkirk, and she looks good here as well. So again, an older face. So as the wrinkles, she has the longer hair design. So she has hair going to each side with it back in the ponytail. And she has the red color shirt with the striped designs of the pink and yellow. So it looks kind of crazy there with a nice colorful shirt underneath. Some gray pants. She does have a briefcase here, which is cool. And then Hermione's wand with Hermione's face there on the back. And again, in a yelling face. And then we can put the hair on it there. So it looks like Hermione there. But once again, I'm going to keep it as Mafalda. And our last one, of course, is Ron as Reg Cattermole. And he looks good once again. So he's a really older looking guy. So has more wrinkles, has the little mustache, the hair with more of like the blondish sort of gray turning, and then the nice comb over design. Then he has the all gray suit, so gray pants and gray shirt. And you can see his arms and top of his body is all the darker gray color because he got rained on for trying to fix the rain in Yaxley's office. So I like that even that design's included there. Has an M on it, of course, for the Ministry. Cream color vest with a green shirt underneath and like a blue tie, and has Ron's wand with Ron's face there on the back. And I like the little smirk that he has there. And again, we can add Ron's hair onto it there to make it look like Ron. So that is cool once again. And like I said, noticing the wet details on Reg, since he dealt with that stuff in the movie, is really cool that they included that detail. And then we have Reg's wife of Mary Cattermole, which I'm surprised they included her. I don't really understand why they did. Maybe just to add another minifigure in here. But we do see her in the movie, and she is being interrogated by Umbridge about being a half-blood. So we just get her, of course, not really a memorable character. We do just see her, but she has the long black hair, nice little face there with a smile, has the blue shirt on over the black dress, it looks like, with all sorts of the dots and stuff, and then black boots probably there, and nice design just overall, and has a worried face there on the back. Of course, she's worried for her life, getting locked up and sent to Azkaban, but the trio arrived just in time to help save her. So it's nice they included her, you know, another fun additional little character, but I don't really feel it was necessary. And next we have Arthur Weasley. So cool to get Arthur here. He's in the all gray suit. Of course, you can tell it's a Weasley with the red hair, and the red face has some wrinkles around there, but like I said, the gray suit with the pinstripes there on top, and gray pants with the gray vest and white shirt underneath with the red tie, has his wand, and he has a briefcase as well. And on the back, he has just a face standard like Stokes face there. So nice to have him included as well, since he does work for the Ministry, and we do get his office in the set, so fun to have him. And then of course we have everyone's favorite of Dolores Umbridge. So we see her in the movie. Of course, she now has more additional powers and is inquisiting people about their blood status. But here she is, how she looks in the all pink dress. So she has pink legs and pink shirt, pink little sweater on with a cat scarf. It looks like you can see the cat head there. Then of course her face with the wrinkles and pink lipstick, and her bushy brown hair with an additional face there on the back like a shocked face. And she comes with her wand and then the Slytherin locket, since she got it from Mundungus Fletcher. So it's cool that she has that there. Of course, it's supposed to be around her neck this time, but they just have the Slytherin locket piece, so it's in her hand there. So that's cool. And we also get her Patronus of the cat. So it's nice to get another Patronus. So this all see-through blue with the sparkles and stuff, giving us her cat Patronus. Fun that they included that as well. Then we get a guy that I don't know how to say his name. When I read the book, I always called him Pius Thicknesse, but I think it's like Thicknesse or something. Again, I don't know. But he becomes the new Minister of Magic following the death of Rufus Scrimgeour at the beginning of the movie. And so he looks pretty decent here for his design. Of course, he has the long brown hair, so we see that here he has this long brown haired piece with his older looking face and little like chin goatee thing. So it's pretty nice design. Has the all gray suit, like grayish blue colored design pinstripe suit with the Ministry M around his neck, and then the all gray suit, gray pants, black wand, and he has a briefcase as well. And inside there is actually the little piece for a time turner. So I don't know if he has a time turner or why they included it. It's pretty interesting that they had you put it in the briefcase. So that's pretty interesting because I believe the time turners were supposedly all destroyed. Of course, we have the stuff with the cursed child storyline and everything, but either way, interesting that they gave him a time turner to put in his briefcase, but nice to finally get him in a figure. And then our last human is Corban Yaxley, which is now like the head orc for the Ministry, and of course a bad guy working for Voldemort. So he has a nice design overall, has blonde hair and the ponytail there in the back, of course his older face and an angry sort of looking face there, all black suit with a nice vest design with some gold on it, has of course the M around his neck, and a yellow shirt with a gold tie with a black one, and he has no back face printing, but once again nice to have a Yaxley figure. And finally we have a Dementor, of course, since Dementors are in the department, especially during the trial. So we have a Dementor here that has this additional little handpiece, which is new. I don't know what's supposed to be, just shooting out some of their powers, but the overall nice design where it has this cool like piece for their legs, since they're like these ghastly figures. They don't have any legs or anything, so I like the black details, you know, to give them the look, with the rest of it being all clear, so it sort of fades away there. Has a nice cape that's all tethered and torn, and then the hood piece going up around their all black faces where you just see their mouth that suck the life, giving the Dementor's kiss, and then you can see some of their skeleton bones and stuff in there. So pretty creepy looking figure, but again, awesome to have another Dementor added into the collection. So again, it's 9 figures in the set, which is really cool to get this many characters, and awesome to get the different versions of Harry, Ron, and Hermione as well. So a lot of cool things for this set just starting off so far, but let's look at the actual set now. So here is our Ministry of Magic Atrium build that looks really cool. So again, it's like what we see when Harry first arrives into the Ministry, and we see the, of course, the all dark wood floor design and the towers coming up, and then we get the fountain that we'll see, and all sorts of people going around everywhere, and all the magical like paper airplanes flying around and stuff. So a lot of cool things going on with the Ministry, and this carries out the look really good. So it has this dark emerald green design with the red details as well, and of course there is like the big tower sections as we see. Has a nice hanging down piece with the Ministry M on it there. And of course in some of the movies we see a picture hanging down of Cornelius Fudge, but at this point he's gone. But we have this 3 tower design, and it is all modular, so each section comes apart, so you can rearrange it however you want, as it showed there on the back of the box. And it ranges down here from the bottom all the way up to the top, where we even have some stuff set up there. So it's going to be hard to go through this section by section because there's so much on each side, but just looking at the front here design, like I said, with the entrance of the Ministry, I guess we'll go ahead and start here. So like I said, we have the tower designs with the windows going up on the 2nd and 3rd floor, and of course those will be offices, so with the nice emerald green, as I said, and the red details around those. But down at the bottom, starting with the Flu Network fireplaces, so of course where the people come in to work. We see in the movie they go in through the bathroom, so they stand in the toilet and get sucked down and come out through the fireplaces. So that's cool, this design. So of course the Flu Network with the green fire, so we have the fireplace design, and this actually has a function that we can flip around back to, but you can put a character in and have them like they're appearing there in the Flu Network. And on the other side we have the Daily Prophet like pickup section, so we have this place with all the stacks of the Daily Prophet there that again have some feature of just have all the Daily Prophets stacked up. And of course we can pop one out, and there it shows the undesirable number 1 Harry Potter with his picture on it there. So the stacks of prophets there. So let's look at the function of the Flu Network. So we can take the Alpha Runcorn figure here and just sit him there, and if we spin it around to the back, and you have to be careful with moving this thing because of the modular, it falls apart really easily, so it's happened to me multiple times. But if we spin it around back here, down at this bottom section, you see this little piece here. It's a lever, so you can pull it back, and so it makes them disappear like they've gone into the Flu Network. So that's a fun little feature. Or you can take it where it's back and then sit them in it and then put it in, so it's like they arrive into the Ministry. So that's a pretty fun little feature, you know, just a basic little thing to start out with the Flu Network, but I think that's really cool. But let's go ahead and spin around here. Now we'll start looking at the offices on this side. So first off, we have the courtroom. So again, there's not much to it, you don't really see too much. We just see the high desk with the stack of papers on it, and they just have like scribbling stickers stuff on it, a game with a stack of papers over here to the side. But we do have a chair in the back there, so we can take Dolores and put her in here. I think everything's modular, so you can easily pop this stuff out. So we can take her and put her in the chair. So we can put Dolores up there in the chair for the courtroom, which is pretty cool. But unfortunately, you can't fit her back in here because like it won't fit with her in the chair. So unfortunately, you can't just set it up for the scene. So you'd have to probably just adjust it some other way, which is weird that you can't put it in. I don't understand why that. And then of course we could put Mary Cattermole in the chair since she's the one being inquired when we see the courtroom. So again, you could set up the little scene, but it doesn't fit together. So you'd probably just unfortunately unfortunately have to pop all this stuff out to even be able to get it to work. But it's fun to have the stuff, we can set up these little scenes. So again, like the courtroom little scene. And then if we move on up, we then have Umbridge's office. So you can tell it's her office because of all the pink. So once again, we do have her office. So we have the all pink walls. We have the plates with the cats and the pictures and everything. And then we have her desk there again with all pink. There's all sorts of stacks of papers and a teacup since she drinks a lot of tea, and have her chair there. And once again, you could take and put her little figure in there. So that's fun to have Umbridge's office, but we can move to the other side. If we start at the bottom, we don't really have a whole lot of features here. So we just have, the back of the design that has the daily profits. Well, all we have in this is more of these. You push on it and it shoots off the daily profits. So it's supposed to be like towards the end of the ministry scene where their polyjuice potion has worn off, and it's now revealed it's Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and they're trying to escape out of the ministry. And Harry does the spell that sends the newspapers flying, so you can shoot those stacks of daily profit off. And of course, they both went flying off there. You couldn't really see the second one, but you just push on those and it makes them fly off. So again, not a whole lot of features to this, but you can just stack these places back on. They're just barely held on to pegs, and you just push on these and they easily pop off. So again, not a whole lot to it. But then next up, it's cool. We get this room. We have the Hall of Prophecy. So we see this from Harry Potter in the Order of the Phoenix. So it's the room that has the big giant stacks of all the orbs and everything with all the prophecies, where Harry gets the prophecy that either him or Voldemort have to die. So it's cool to have the Hall of Prophecies thrown in here. And it's cool we do have this little thing here as well that can tip it over. And it keeps falling over a lot by itself just because of the weakness of it, but you can easily just tip it over there. So it's a fun little thing, to recreate that scene. And it looks pretty nice here, just having the shelf and then all the like little blue details and stuff that make it look like that Hall of Prophecy. So fun that that is included as well. Not necessary, especially for the scene since it's supposed to be more from Deathly Hallows, but still fun that that is included. And then we have the top office, which is Arthur Weasley's, the Department of Muggle Artifacts, who has a lot of stuff here. So we have the rubber duck in the case, which in the second move, he asks Harry, what's the function of a rubber duck? We have the picture of the entire family there on their trip to Egypt. We have an airplane picture, a clock, all sorts of stuff here on the side. We have a radio, a coffee cup, of course, a chair for Weasley to sit in, and then a table with a baby bottle and a teapot and cup and stuff there. So fun to have all that fun little stuff, especially the rubber duck in the case. It's pretty funny, and just a mess of the office making it for Mr. Weasley. So it's fun to have his office include as well. We hear a lot about his work and stuff throughout the books especially, but getting to see it in an actual representation of Lego is really cool. And before we spin back around, let's go and look at the top as well. So up at the very top, there's not a whole lot to it. We just have some design more of the green, gold, and red, but we do have some little section here. So right here in the center, it looks like we have a chair with a desk and of course a little lamp, and then we have a little typewriter, it looks like, with like a piece of paper sticking there. Just has that design. So I assume this is supposed to be this part where we see in the movie where they're writing like the Daily Prophet, so it has all the people like typing at the typewriters, and that also leads into Umbridge's office, and Harry uses the decoy detonator. So that's what these are supposed to be. Of course, they look like little wind-up toys in the movie, but they just made this design with the little like twirly top on it, and they go around and explode and make noises and release like smoke and stuff. So I don't know if that's what this green smoke is supposed to be, or if it's just supposed to be smoke from the fire of the offices of the fireplace. Not exactly sure what that's supposed to represent, but just seeing this is what makes me think of that scene in the movie. So I assume that's what that would all be, this stuff up here. But again, it's just kind of thrown of together stuff at the top to just add more details. But then if we go and spin it around, we can see the front of there, of course, the Ministry of Magic little sign. Like I said, that's just on a thing that swings back and forth here, and the logo there up top again with all the gold and details and stuff. But overall looks really nice. Again, I love the look of the front of this section, especially in having all those office rooms. But I did also want to point out, especially on the level here, so this is the Hall of Prophecy section, that all the newspapers are in the window of the thing, because that's another thing, as I mentioned, when they're running back through the atrium and Harry sets the spell on the Daily Prophets that make them shoot out here, that the pieces all go up onto the windows and blocks them out, so people that are in the offices can't see out of it. So I like that they included even the little sticker pieces that go on the windows there in this one section. So that's fun that that is included as well. So that's pretty much all of our set for our Ministry of Magic, but we do have some extra stuff to fill out the atrium here. So first off, we have the Fountain of Magical Brethren. So we have the fountain here that just sits right in the center, so it's about here, which just has this all gold wizard. There's supposed to be more people, like there's an elf, a centaur, a witch, and all sorts of different things, but I believe probably at this point it's just got the one wizard with crushing all the other people underneath it. It's not represented that, so they went with the G version of it here. But overall nice, so you can sit that right in the front and center. We do have some of the flying notes that fly around, so in like the paper airplane design, so just these triangle designs on these clear stands, so you can have those flying around. And finally, we also get the red phone booth, which is the visitor entrance into the Ministry of Magic. So we see in Order of the Phoenix, that's how Harry and Mr. Weasley get into the Ministry. So we have the red phone booth here as well, which is pretty cool. So just looks like one of the London phone booth things, and the all red detail says telephone at the top, and it has the little door that can open with a telephone back in there, and they just go inside, type in the code, and it drops down into the ministry from the ceiling like it showed in the picture on the box. So you can have the telephone booth in here as well. Pretty fun overall that this is included. Like I said, overall design wise, it's not the best set ever, just because it's, you know, these two tower sections connected at the top, and they're all modular builds, so you can take and rearrange these in whatever order you want. I just went with how it has you do it building the set, but you can rearrange them like it showed. You can have them 2 tall, so you can have 3 sections tall and everything, just whatever you want to do. And then getting all the characters included as well, you know, all the different people we have in the set that we can populate the different offices or just have set up to recreate the scenes with the different functions to have either Harry, Ron, and Hermione or their Polyjuice alternatives. So just getting all this stuff is really cool, and I really enjoyed this set a lot just overall. So it doesn't seem like the best set ever, especially like Bill and I wasn't like excited for this, but after building it, I did really enjoy it. Pretty good set overall in my opinion, but let me know what you thought of it down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.